Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Dual Destinies. Previously, we continued along in this fifth and final case. We learned that Simon Blackquill is due to be executed tomorrow. And if that weren't bad enough, Ara went off the deep end and assumed direct control of the robots at the Space Center. She's holding 12 people hostage. I can only assume because, well, with her brother set to be executed soon, maybe she's doing some last-minute, last-ditch effort to try and help him. At any rate, Phoenix managed to say, "Alright, Ara, we'll recreate this trial from 7 years ago and try and get Simon Blackquill's name cleared, if you won't harm those hostages. And to that end, this beautiful man in front of us has been called to the scene." Ara arranged for the prosecutor. This is him. I'm pretty sure Simon's gonna be our defendant in this mock trial to come, so... Oh my god. It's been so long. How long has it been? Okay, so... I did Ace Attorney Investigations 1 and 2, where we played as Miles, and I think from there I did the crossover with Professor Layton. Miles did make an appearance, but only at the very end. And then there was the great Ace Attorney 1 and 2. And now it's here. He's back. It's been too long. I'm so happy. Hedgeworth, what are you doing here? This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in court a number of times back when he was a prosecutor, but now... Alright, Pearl's here. Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, but you're not a prosecutor anymore. What? What? Oh! Okay. Oh, damn, he's moving up in the world. Oh, that's so nice to hear. He's chief prosecutor now. Pretty soon it'll be a year, right? A title is nothing more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss? Yes, I'm a lawyer. It must be nice to finally have your attorney's badge back. Yeah, it's been 8 years. I'm sorry for all I put you through. No, I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you. Nah, I was the one that made the decision. But now that you can stand in court once again, and you can mow them down just like you used to. Way to put pressure on a guy. And since when did I get such a brutal reputation? I need to show you everything. The Hope capsule samples brought back from some distant asteroid. Risking his own safety, the victim brought them with him from the launch pad. They must have been very valuable. Yes, all nations are itching to get their hands on such materials. Right, this case may turn out to be more than just a murder case, you know. That's fine. Come what may, my top priority is to defend my clients. Another young life lost to the hands of a cruel killer. Edgeworth, you don't think Athena's the culprit, do you? That's up to the evidence and the truth they reveal, right? And what about the hostage situation? The law will deal with the hostage taker. Remember, we must never stoop to threats or acts of violence ourselves, even if people's lives are on the line. Edgeworth, you may be a stickler for the rule of law, but I have no better ally in this world than him. Yeah. Right. Please stop presenting random evidence just to see how that person will react. Oh! God! Ugh. But that's the thing. I need to see how people will react in order to question them. And what if it's evidence that person isn't privy to? That doesn't happen much. You never change. And I'm afraid I'll never understand your assortment of oddball clients either. You're one to talk. Alright, I'll take that as a sign. Unless... Yeah, I know. So what are you doing here, Edgeworth? The captor chose me as the prosecutor for the UR1 case. Wow, she's good. She went all the way up to the top. I gathered all the information I could in the short time that I had. I'll give you a rundown.
You're always so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Thanks, I appreciate this. Could really use the help. I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was the psychologist Dr. Meta Sykes. Yeah, Athena's mother. 7 years ago, on the 7th of October, her body was found here in this very room. I have 2 crime photos and the police notes on them for you to see. Whoa. Stabbed in the heart. Yikes. The coat on the ground is interesting. I almost wonder if it's gonna be like, if that cart on the left would be like, it's tangled up in a wire. I wonder if that means something, but I don't know.
Oh, what a terrible way to die.
The rock is gone! The same kind of rock that was used in the bomb. Oh my god, what does it mean? This other photo shows the other side of the room, I see. I also have the autopsy report for you. Is it updated? I hope it's updated. The murder weapon was the victim's own katana found at the scene. But hold on, let's look at that. Metis' autopsy report. Between 1 and 3 p.m. on October 7th, caused of death, instant death due to a stab wound to the heart. Instant death, you say? Yes, Detective Fulbright mentioned she was into Japanese culture. The body was found by a Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. The police were called in because of the sabotage threat on the Hat 1 launch. Yes, Director Cosmos mentioned this too. A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor. What do you think of him? I hear his trial was over in a flash. Yes, a guilty verdict was declared in only 1 session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was decisive evidence against him too. He pled guilty. The security camera video. And a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall.
But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive?
To this day, his motive is still unknown. He insisted he did it, but he would never say why. So that means he must still be hiding something. Right, and there's another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public. Yeah, I know. The part about the spy, right? Right. How on earth do you know about that? Director Cosmos told me after a bit of pressure. He told me espionage and sabotage were behind the Hat 1 miracle. They forgot to capitalize the Hat 1 there.
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets.
Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell of being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal the moon rock. But if you can prove that the Hat 2 bombing is the work of the same spy, we can stay the execution. It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you any way I can. Thanks, Edgeworth. Now all I have to do is comb this room for evidence.
Let's do it together.
Yeah. Oh, let's, shall we? Can slide around. So this would be the same chair that Metis died in. You know, looking at that photo again, it seems like a bizarrely short and stubby chair. I would almost think it's not meant for humans and is meant for robots. But then why would it be cushioned? So I don't know. Let's look at this guy. This is one heck of a robot.
There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law. I wield the ultimate gavel of judgment. I am Judge Tron J202.
I don't believe we need to bother with that, Pearl. It's not even completed yet. He's right, Pearls. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either. They were building the Hope space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room. So it was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh?
But you can see the probe in this newspaper photo.
Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture. Note that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo. Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
So the person who stole it, think it was our spy? I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackquill is the culprit. Good that they pointed that out. Though still, I'm aware that the moon rock was used as part of the bomb. It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench.
Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this photo. See the cute little food processor?
That isn't a food processor, Pearls. That's the Hope capsule. It was scheduled to be loaded into the Hope space probe that fateful day. The 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body. The first on the scene, huh? A staff member and 2 police officers, was it? And they were here to collect the capsule. Which reminds me. So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right?
Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead?
Apollo and Ara Blackquill. I wonder what they're talking about. Edgeworth, did those 3 people have a bag with them for transporting the capsule? Oh, you mean this. It's a custom-made, shock-resistant bag. But how did you know? Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it, that's all. So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is he? What's this? A giant robot arm, maybe?
It's pretty big for an arm, but you're right. I think these thin parts here are finger bones. They're even about as long as my legs.
And there's a spiked ball and giant drill on the floor, too. Is Ara trying to build some kind of weapon of massive destruction?
Maybe she wants to use it to demolish a big building or something.
I can picture her gleefully tearing down the street doing just that. I better not think about it anymore. What's this? Looks like a giant power plug. It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station. Oh, I see the plug on his back when he spins. I didn't notice that before.
That's a charging station for us robots. We come here periodically and charge ourselves up.
Wow. Machines that maintain themselves. That's pretty cool.
If our batteries run out and we lose consciousness, we never know what Miss Ara will do to us while we're down, you see.
Nothing motivates quite like fear, huh? Hey, look at this row of rolling cases. I bet the wheels make it easier for people to move heavy research materials around.
I bet they'd be fun to ride around in. We could even probably both fit into the biggest one. I know, we could have Prosecutor Edgeworth push us.
I am picturing this in my mind and it's adorable. I don't trust him not to push us down a flight of stairs. Ow. Rude. That's uncalled for, Phoenix. Alright. There's the emergency ladder. An emergency ladder. This must be the one they used during the evacuation.
The explosion disabled the elevators, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to.
As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside. I wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down. Ara's desk is a mess, though that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up.
Wait, before you do...
Metis.
Huh? She just glanced over at her desk. It's Metis Sykes. Klonko, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal.
You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? If you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area.
Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Ara like 7 years ago at the time of the incident?
When Mother died, Miss Ara was confused.
Huh. So he calls Dr. Sykes Mother, but Ara Blackquill Miss Ara.
With the loss, she exhibited a severe cataclysmine imbalance.
A what?
Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means. Pardon me, searching for alternative expression. She would spend the nights crying and then take out her feelings on those around her.
After Prosecutor Blackquill was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well.
That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then, little by little, Miss Ara began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Mama Ara.
And before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Klonko, huh?
That murder destroyed so many lives.
Right. Take a look at this paper on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell's research. Ponko and Klonko. They're the robots with hearts that Dr. Sykes created. So, I think we all know that Widget has a third heart, right? I can see that coming. Anywho, Ponko's series features can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat detection system. Uh-huh. Oh, recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag. There we go. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's why the robot was confusing Apollo for Clay. And also why I think shenanigans happened 7 years ago. Can also recognize a person by facial features once the face has been registered. Can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice and communicate with them. A heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present. In addition, they can recognize people by their ID tag or facial features. And they can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice. That's amazing. Hey, I don't know, Edgeworth. That might even be more human than you. Ow! Leave my boy alone! What's that supposed to mean? That's mean. Below the belt. Ref. Help. Kind of sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess that's true. Wow. Looks like an operating table. It's in the photo, too. Yes, it was here then as well, with the victim's body lying on it.
There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it.
Pearls, don't touch the...
Oopsie.
Hey, it's moving. Well, look at that. It is made for robots. It appears to be a robot assembly device.
Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick?
Please don't push any more buttons, Pearls. Well, I guess that's about it for this room. So what do you think, Wright? Any ideas? There are still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth?
What? He did?
Yep, he called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. Whoa.
So that's what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back?
Yep, the Blackwell case. Right, I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? Haven't been one for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up, and you must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon, a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. Just when I'm beginning to actually like the job I have now. Right. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. That's who he was talking to. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end. I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about.
The dark age of the law? It sure comes up a lot these days on TV and in the papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrication of evidence than ever.
When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence, and a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder.
Wait, do you mean...
That's right. He's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackquill's. Damn. So they're the ones who inadvertently began the Dark Age of the Law. Well, it's good that Phoenix is cleaning up his mess. It was a downward spiral after that, an absolute nightmare. After those two cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and before long, the legal world itself was sucked into it. It's such a shame. When suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors are supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together.
It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other.
Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him? The hostage-taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of the times. Sure is. Do you have any idea who the hostage-taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Ara Blackquill. Who else but her would want a retrial of that case from 7 years ago so badly? Simon Blackquill's older sister and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Sykes to confess. Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackquill's innocence.
And then maybe she'll release the hostages.
I'm counting on you, Wright, to set that prosecutor and those hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too. Of course, I'll do everything I can to help uncover the truth. As this isn't an official trial, I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox. Yeah!
Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation?
Yeah, but I'd like you to tell the hostage-taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena.
She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center.
So I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again. Now kiss. Kiss, damn it. December 20th, detention center, visitor's room. Man, they can't even let Blackquill see the next Christmas. That's mean. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago. But I feel like I haven't seen her in ages.
Oh, Mr. Wright. And Pearlie, too. I knew you would come. After all, the first step is the interview with the defendant.
Because you're my friend and I was worried about you.
Thanks, boss.
I'm not the only one who's worried either.
Really? Who else?
I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself she came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place.
Oh, so you know, huh? I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
That's all right, but there are some other things I'd like to ask you.
Sure, you can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you.
I'll hold you to that. I'm a lawyer.
I wonder if I'll ever get the chance to present evidence like that again. I'll probably never work as a lawyer again now.
Don't talk like that, Athena. We're going to clear you of all suspicion. Just you wait.
I hope you can. I really hope you can.
Want to see a photo of your dead mother? Okay. Remember in like Ace Attorney 2 where we could show Pearls a photo of a dead body and there was like this whole scene where she started crying and then Phoenix felt bad? I don't think they ever did that, something like that again. Yeah. Tell me about the day Clay was murdered.
I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum.
Right where the culprit fled to. That's not good.
I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago. But when I saw the center again during the news coverage of the Hat 2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there, things would be different this time. It must have taken a lot of courage to face your past like that. So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs and they weren't letting anybody in.
Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if there were people in there.
But I snuck in anyway.
Did you want to see the Hat 1 group photo? The one with your mother in it?
I did, but what I really wanted to see was her jacket.
Her jacket. Okay, so that's her jacket then. Okay. So if she was stabbed in the heart, what is that tear on the lower left there doing? What is that? That jacket on display. That was Dr. Sykes. Updated.
But I should have known it wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow. But I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me.
Maybe you got confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave. No, this reeks.
How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena? I was out until about noon of the next day. Didn't even know about the explosions.
Really? Alright.
When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into boarding lounge 2. My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory is vague after that. I don't remember how I got home.
No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough.
Which means, what if I'm the one who killed Clay?
I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So, during the entire incident, she was unconscious in the Space Museum. Of course I believe her. But will anybody else? What kind of research was Dr. Sykes, your mother, doing?
Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice, and my special ability. Someday, when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt. Wow, robots that can understand people. I was just a convenient subject for her research.
Oh, okay, that paints a picture. Damn.
All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that, dredging up all that old stuff.
No need to apologize. I guess her home life was complicated. Oh, By the way, Miss Wood said something about you always wearing headphones.
She always wore those big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research. I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much, but she wouldn't listen. What were they for? Oh, she gave me some kind of explanation. But I don't remember now. It was too difficult for a little kid to understand.
Okay, but let me say this one thing. I don't think your mother only thought of you as some handy subject for her research.
I want to believe that. But just about the only things my mother left me with are Widget. And this earring.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh. Huh.
It's made of a piece of real moon rock she had for research. Maybe she did love me in her own way.
I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did. Because that's what I want to believe too. Huh. Suppose the robots are programmed to recognize that earring with like a special ID? Maybe. I better ask her a little more about her mother's research. I should show her that paper I found in the robotics lab. Alright.
Oh, the Ponko series! You must have gone to the robotics lab.
You seem to really love Ponko and Klonko.
Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know? Oh, there's one of those cute little robots in this photo, too. Huh. See Ponko's bandages? I put those on her. I just wound them around and around. Pretty bad job, huh? I'd really put my all into it. I hardly left the center in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. I didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought that if a robot broke, bandaging it would help it get better. What a weirdo I was.
Looks like there's something written on the bandages.
Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Ponko." But in the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. Oh, that must be the thing I made move in the robotics lab. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me what she could do.
A little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the Space Center?
Yes, a little. And this person has even taken hostages?
I guess I'd better spare her the news about Trucy. Well, after some negotiating, we agreed to do a retrial of the case from 7 years ago.
What? You're kidding me. So that means Prosecutor Blackquill might...
Yep. I know he's innocent. I just have to prove it. So, wait, did you know him back then?
Yes. He used to come visit my mom a lot. He studied psychology under her and would sometimes ask for advice on his legal cases. He was very kind and considerate and straight as an arrow.
Unlike now, where he's more twisted than a basket of snakes. Wow, that... Oh, I need to remember that line. That's great.
That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago. Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her. I was a fool. How could anybody else know what I was talking about?
She heard the voice of his heart.
You were only 11 then, right? You were very brave just to give testimony.
Pearls is right. You did the very best you could at the time.
But nothing I said did any good. I was a shaking and scared little girl, small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed closed up in my shell. But you're different now. You're always so bright and cheerful. Thanks. That's because one day I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and I studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be.
Yeah. So why did you become a lawyer?
I wanted to save Simon, but I had no idea how. Then I met Mr. Wright, and thanks to him, I realized that if I became a lawyer, I could prove that Simon was innocent. I also realized that psychology could help me do this.
Wow. So, Edgeworth comes to Wright, asks, "Hey, help me get my man proven innocent." Phoenix must do all this research, realize who Athena is, and see that she's become a lawyer, and that's why he reached out and hired her. Oh, damn. Alright, Dual Destinies, you got me. Here I was thinking, Phoenix was so fascinating in Ace Attorney 4. He was like this aloof mastermind pulling the strings, angling towards one goal the whole way through. And I was like, alright, so Dual Destinies, Ace Attorney 5 here, he's kind of regressed a bit. He's just flying by the seat of his pants. Alright, same old Phoenix. Nope, he, okay. Just bravo. Bravo. This is that good shit.
I mean, psychology was my mother's specialty. When I studied it, I felt like she was there with me, supporting me.
Doesn't seem like Athena knows that Prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed tomorrow.
I wanted to prove Simon's innocence personally. I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him.
Come to think of it, she said something like that during the Themis Legal Academy trial. She mentioned there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Prosecutor Blackwell.
I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. How was he? What did he say?
No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? He was doing well. He was happy about the possibility of being proven innocent. Well, that's a lie.
He was? I wonder if he smiled like he used to, back then.
If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option here. Oh! I thought you might be here. Mr. Lawyer, we're in trouble.
We are? What is it?
I couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session.
Oh no! But this is an emergency.
Ooh! Dude, I can think of one courtroom that might be open. And quite literally open air. Oh, please do this game, please. It's very difficult to interrupt a trial once it's underway. My phone, it's from Trucy. I told you I'd give you 1 hour. I guess it's time to pick one of the hostages. No, wait, we still have a little more time. Besides, all of the courtrooms are being used right now. Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get more time. Your daughter is first. The poor thing. She's a little too young to die, don't you think? No, don't you dare hurt her. There has to be something I can do. The cruelest injustice is about to befall us.
No, this can't be happening. Mystic Maya, help us.
Wait a minute. Maya? Yes! Yes! Oh, this is so stupid. I love it.
I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. Must have been really something, although weird is par for the course with you.
The courtroom blew up. That's it. There is a courtroom we can use after all.
Okay, time's up. Too bad. Any last words you'd like to say to her?
Hold it!
Ara, please don't add to the crimes you've already committed.
So you know who I am, do you? It wasn't like I was trying to keep it a secret anyway.
We're ready to start the trial. We can hold it in the ruins of courtroom number 4. The one blown up by the bomber.
Oh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Nick.
I never would have thought of that. An astonishing trial in an astonishing location. I guess it's only befitting. I'll go get the place ready right away. I didn't exactly pick the place for its astonishing factor. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven?
My brother? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? It's not Simon you'll be defending.
What? Not Prosecutor Blackquill?
I indict Athena Sykes on the charge of murdering her own mother. You'll be defending the little princess there, the one behind the glass.
They must be looking through Ponko.
What? See you in that mountain of rubble you've chosen for our courtroom, Mr. Wright. What is she talking about? Athena? Of course. Why didn't it ever occur to me before? If Prosecutor Blackquill is innocent, somebody else had to have been the true culprit. Did I kill my own mother?
Uh-oh. Don't, no. No. Deep breaths. No.
All right.
No way. It can't be true.
Mr. Nick, what's the matter?
I see 5 black cyclocks. I've seen these kinds of locks before. Dark black locks protecting a secret hidden deep inside a person's heart. And there's no way to remove them. Oh, shit. To be continued. Ooh, boy. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Nah. Oh, it pains me to do this, but this really is the most perfect possible place to end things for right now. Return to games menu. You know, at this point I can probably just watch this screen. There's probably no spoilers in it, right? Right, okay. I don't know for sure, though. Hold on, I need to look at Feeny. Hi, Feeny. Okay, wow. Well... As much as it pains me to admit it... this whole matter of the sabotage coming from a spy from another nation... That's just a theory. There is no hard evidence. Of course I believe in and trust Athena, but all the same, she was just talking about how she felt like she was used by her mother. If a nasty prosecutor was at hand, they would try and say that's a motive for killing Mita Sykes, but no. Our prosecutor facing us in court will be none other than Miles Edgeworth. This is going to be a cooperative affair. Sure, I imagine Edgeworth would take a rather antagonistic stance and rebuff Phoenix's claims here and there to remind him of the truth, but he's not going to be trying to twist words or maneuver to a bad outcome. No. It's everyone working together, and that's going to feel good. So, elephant in the room, I did say that as far as I was concerned, Aura Blackquill was my suspect number one in terms of being the saboteur in the Hat 1 bombing and the Hat 2 bombing too, as well, I mean. But if she's... well... well, no, not necessarily. It's like... I don't think they're mutually exclusive things. I think it's possible Aura could be the spy here to sabotage the space rocket launch and simultaneously be allowed to be torn up and, upset over the death of Metis. Aura had a photo of Metis on her desk for all these years, and it's a sore subject for her. I believe that Aura genuinely cared about Metis and didn't want her to die. Meaning, I think there's a chance, like a non-zero chance, that the Hat 1 saboteur is a different person from the murderer of Mita Sykes. There could be two culprits. But if that's true... shoot, who could they be? I don't know. The saboteur could be Aura, but who would the real murderer be? Surely not Athena, right? The Cyclops are scary. But, you know, she could just be mistaken. You know, maybe her innermost heart thinks she did it, but it's not true, she's mistaken. We've seen stuff like that happen before in Ace Attorney, right? Oh, what a complicated tangle this is. Well, again, I would like to extend another chef's kiss at what they're doing with Phoenix here. They really did keep it that this trend of him being the guy in the back orchestrating something, culminating in one big reveal of an ancient truth. It's the same exact trick as in Ace Attorney 4. They brought it back. That's the kind of Phoenix I really, really like. Because I said it once, I'll say it again. Phoenix in Ace Attorney 4 was infinitely better than the Phoenix in Ace Attorney 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. This is some good stuff. Yeah, I don't know what people online are talking about when they say that Ace Attorney 5 is not good. Like, I hear bad things about 5 and 6. No, these are good games. Well, I haven't played 6 yet. I'll judge that on its own merits, but Dual Destinies is great. Unless it really shits the bed at the end. We'll see. I doubt it, though. This is too good. Though, of course, as much as I'm praising this, yeah, the great Ace Attorney 1 and 2 is still definitely a step far above this, and honestly, I'd probably rank Investigations 2 above this as well. But this is still a really damn good game. I'm loving it. So I guess, yeah, one last thing. So the execution of Simon is Black Quill. That's the deadline. I'm not sure if we'll have a second investigation phase and trial phase. From where I'm standing, it kind of feels like this trial phase we're about to go into might be it for Dual Destinies. This might be the beginning of the true end. But it might not be. I just don't know. We do have like 3 pages full of evidence in the court record. I am not sure what new could be added. I just really am not. Huh. I mean, it feels like we have all the tools we need. Maybe. What's up with that leaf in the hallway? There's this dead leaf that was intact in the hallway? What was that? What was that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm just excited. I'm just excited. So, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Dual Destinies. Thank you for watching. And hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.